Great job.
The sky blue, grass green. Great day to be alive and a great day for high school sports here on ETV. And we've got a dandy for you this evening. We've got high school soccer between the visiting Champlin Park Rebels, the girls from Champlin Park, coming down to take on your Eagan Wildcats. Good afternoon, good evening, everybody. My name is Nathan Cron. I'm joined by my broadcast partner, Skip Newton. And Skip, we have a matchup here, a late season non-conference matchup between two, I would say, giants of girls soccer here in the Twin Cities. I mean, you've got one team that's only lost once this season. You've got another team that hasn't lost yet this season. It's going to be a dandy.
Yeah, this is a surprisingly tough matchup, outside of the conference this late in the season, but a great test for both of these schools. And both of these teams are going to have to bring their A game here tonight. I mean, like you said, only one loss between the two schools, 4 ties, 2 for each one. So, what we want to see is, which team comes out and controls play, which team is more aggressive, who's winning those 50-50 balls. I mean, the goals scored are comparable, although we should note that while the Rebels have only scored 3 more goals, they've played 3 fewer games, and so that's something to keep in mind, but they've also given up twice as many goals, so a really good test once again for both Champlin Park and Eagan.
Well, the Wildcat ladies are going to be in their home greens with the white numbers. You see them there on your screen. They'll defend the south goal. So the sun will be setting over their left shoulder, the Champlin Park Rebels. There you see them as the camera pans back out from our award-winning ETV crew. They are wearing the all-whites with the dark numbers. Champlin Park starting lineup, Krebsbach, Lady, Krebsbach, Morley, Shortridge, Seesaw Bath, Reichel, Collins, Kelly, Schnellenberg, and Lee. And for your Wildcats, a senior heavy starting lineup with Weissel, Yin, Enning, Burke, Triplett, Willie, Borean, Sutherland, Triplett, Severson, and Valaga. And we are underway here, coming to you from Wildcat Stadium, the campus of Eagan High School, Eagan, Minnesota. It's girls high school soccer here on ETV Sports. Borean testing with Triplett there, sending that back for one of the senior captains. It's crossed into the middle where it's dealt with confidently that time by the Champlin Park Rebels. Good step by Enning. An opportunity for a shoulder challenge, and a strong shoulder challenge, as McKenna Willie gets sent down to the deck. Nothing there. Here's an overlapping run from Triplett. Test Triplett to the outside, tries the foot skills, loses the defender as the defender falls down. Triplett attacking again, slides that across. It's a shot. It's a shot on goal, but an easy save that time by Krebsbach as she had covered that near post.
Yeah, good physical play there by Willie, but you find out what happens when you try to throw a shoulder in somebody who's quite a bit bigger than you are. I mean, Willie delivered the blow and then felt the consequences of it.
Evie Burke back in a defensive role, defensive position. Again, that's with several games we've seen her now playing as a center back as opposed to a defensive midfielder. Again, with the all senior or mostly senior lineup, it's a little bit of a change as Enning also appears to be playing at the other center back position. We'll see if Coach Kasimilmi decides to change his formation a little bit. As the Rebels attack that far side, there's Wood battling, that's not Wood, that's McKenna Willie, who gets it back from Triplett. McKenna Willie now dances down the sideline, goes down, and there's no foul there, but there is a throw for the girls in green. As we said in the pregame, Champlin Park come into this game undefeated. A long shot that time, that will go wide. So a shot not on goal. The Champlin Park Rebels, though, come in with a record of 7-0-2. Their last game out, a 4-1 victory over perennial North Suburban Power Centennial. So Champlin Park maybe ready to make some noise in Section 5-3A, Skip.
Yeah, being undefeated is one thing, but really, we were talking about the list of teams that they've done well against, and it's an impressive list. I mean, you mentioned Centennial. There's been some others as well. So again, yeah, a really tough contest so far. Both teams, looking pretty good, but Eagan doing a nice job of getting it into the attacking third and trying to, make something happen. They've got 2 shots on goal already, and now we finally get a corner kick here.
So test triplet number 7 for the Wildcats doing a good job of getting that down the touch line. Takes it to the end line and gets it off of a defender, and now the Cats will stand over this one. Triplet will take her own corner with the right foot. Drops down towards the edge of the penalty area. Somebody got a head on it. I think that was Burke. It's going to go wide. Let's see if Stella Triplet's able to keep that in. She's not, and it will go for a throw for the Rebels. So first opportunity from a set-piece play goes harmlessly into touch, and the Wildcats will now reset as the Rebels will go the other direction. Quick play there by Krebsbach. Now it falls for Lady. Lady ahead. This is Lee, one of their senior captains. Check it, junior captain. Valga.
That was maybe a breakaway saving play there by Anna Enning. Got her foot on that pass through. Had that gotten by here, that would have been trouble.
This ball all the way back for goalie Maddie Weissel. Maddie Weissel, the senior keeper on this Wildcat squad. 1 senior, 1 sophomore. And Weissel has had a good campaign, at least from what we've seen here on ETV when we've been able to broadcast her games. She has demonstrated real quality at the back. You see Maddie there. Good spin up the field. That's Triplet who sends that in, and this will find freshman Cora Krebsbach's hands. So I did not check, I will tell you, Skip, I did not check the coaches poll coming into this game. Should have. Dereliction of duty on your announcer's part, your play-by-play part, but I can tell you right now that I bet both Champlin and Eagan are somewhere represented in that top 10 or the others receiving votes. This is a big-time clash between these two programs.
Yeah, I'd be really surprised if they weren't. And, you know, while the rankings aren't the be-all, end-all, I mean, it can help with seeding, and it definitely will help, you know, should both teams make it to the state tournament, it could make a difference in seeding there as well, getting a little ahead of ourselves. But, yeah, you know, as we know that, you know, sections are right around the corner at this point.
Wildcats only have 3 regular season games after this. Their next game at Farmington, taking on the Tigers on the 25th, which is this Thursday. They will return home to play Eastview, which will be our, I cannot believe I'm saying this, Skip Newton, our last girls regular season home game of the year. And then they'll have a game at the end of the season as we have our first foul of the game here against the Rebels. So free kick coming from the far side of the, around the 40-yard line. I think Evie Burke's going to try to take, she's going to take about 8 yards of distance there. And Krebsbach from, Lee from the Rebels junior captain saying, didn't the foul take place 7 yards over there? But this free kick nonetheless finds a Rebel head before it's sent out. Severson sends this forward, but it's intercepted now to Sutherland. Cats seem to be best when they keep it on the deck, Skip Newton, and right now it's bouncing a lot in the air.
Yeah, they couldn't quite settle that one after the free kick, but up until this point, they've been doing a fairly good job of controlling the ball on the ground, playing passes to feet, and advancing it, you know, through the middle third into that attacking third, staying connected nicely. That's when the Wildcat girls are at their best, is when they're able to complete several passes in a row and you know, not play the ball long and in the air, except for those opportunities when you can get it over the top of the defense. But you want to mix that in and not have that be the primary part of your attack. It's a really hard way to generate a regular attack.
So far, the 2 dangerous players for the Champlin Park Rebels appear to be Jessica Lee and Megan Collins. Collins and Lee both seem to be in advanced roles. Here you see Collins, that ball, except check it, that's Lady. But Collins and Lee definitely putting some pressure on the Wildcat back line. Be interesting to see. The Rebels have had better success scoring goals this year, Skip. As you say, they've scored 3 more goals than the Wildcats. At the same time, they've played in 3 fewer games, which seems amazing to me that they've only played 9 regular season games so far. But that appears to be what the statistics are telling us.
Yeah, so far the Wildcats have done a nice job of really bottling up their attack in the middle of third, not giving them any room whatsoever to put any sort of shot on frame as of yet. Of course, it's still early, just 8.5 minutes in, but the defense and the midfielders doing a nice job defensively.
And a whistle from our center referee. That ball's going to go into touch. Battle there on the sideline is the Wildcats and the Rebels battle for it. Yin sends it across. Oh, heavy contact there. Valaga. No, check it. That's Boreon. Excuse me. And that ball gets put into touch. It'll be interesting to see how long Coach Qasim Ilmi for the Wildcats goes with the all-senior lineup, or I should say senior-heavy lineup. And that's not to say that the seniors aren't capable of participating and playing at a high level, but, Skip, it's got some girls out of position, clearly. We have some girls out of position, and we have a different shape than we're used to. The Wildcats, the last few games here at home, Wildcat Stadium have demonstrated 3 at the back, 3 defenders at the back, an extra player pushed up or on the side to try to get some more as Lee battles Burke there. That's a good matchup. And Lee earns the foul, first foul of the game against the Wildcats. So it'll be interesting to see, Skip, how long the coach sticks with this lineup and this shape.
Champlin Park upcoming.
Yeah, I'm encouraged so far, so I'm sure Coach Q, willing to let this play out some more as long as things are going well on the pitch.
And defensive header there for Burke, and the Rebels will have their first corner of the game, first of the first half, first of the game.
Over the end line off the Wildcats.
Ainsley Krebsbach took that free kick. It had some nice distance on it, with Evie Burke punching it into touch, and now Krebsbach will line up here in the near corner, number 11 for the Rebels. She'll tee this up with, looks like her right foot, sends it in flat, and it's sent over the top of the goal into the football uprights.
Shot for Megan Collins, number 21, out of bounds.
Yeah, that header by Burke was dangerously close to the net. Clearly not where she wanted that one to go, but unless the goalkeeper Weisel's calling her off, she has to play that. She can't just let it go on her own. Got it clear, and not a dangerous result on the corner kick there, as that shot was extremely high.
Triplett settles that down, but that ball goes over the top, and now the Cats lose possession. Rebels with it, but they gift it right back to Yin. Yin with an opportunity. She takes spin, sends it back to Triplett. Not a bad idea. Triplett with a few good turns, but she loses her balance there. I agree. No call there. And good defense by Boreon as she comes back, and now McKenna Willie will try. She sends it up for Severson. Good overlapping run from the outside back. She sends that forward for Stella Triplett. Keeper staying in. Is Triplett going to be able to get to this? And the answer is no. And it'll go into touch. You have to think, Skip, that these two teams, given their relative levels of success, you would think that both teams would have some pretty solid defensive displays here tonight. It might be the kind of game where one goal does win the game.
Yeah, it's certainly shaping up that way. The one thing that I've noticed is that it feels like Eagan has a surprising amount of time when they do have possession of the ball. It doesn't feel like they're getting very aggressively defended one-on-one by Champlin Park. They're giving them just a little bit of space to control it and try to make their next move. We'll see if that continues, or is that something where the Rebels have just come out a little bit slower than usual.
Lee does a nice job of knocking that down for Krebsbach, but the Rebels turn it over, and now Triplett will lead the counterattack going the other way with Willie. Willie shoved to the ground. Good defensive play there by, I think that's Seesaw Beth. Borean. Triplett. Triplett with a little scoop pass for Borean, but she has to slow down for it. Good defense there by Krebsbach, and it goes into touch off of Borean, and it will be a Rebel throw.
That was a perfect opportunity to use that wall, the give and go. Unfortunately, the pass just got up a little bit, so it was harder for Triplett to control and get it back to Borean. She did a nice job of spinning, but with the bouncing ball, it allowed the defender to get position. Did a nice job there by the Champlin Park defender of stopping that potential run by Borean.
Ball comes up and over the top. Good header defensively away that time by the Rebels. That was Short Ridge, and then this falls harmlessly for Krebsbach. Cats need to find some link up, some sort of magic that they're going to crack this back line. So far, they haven't been able to dial that up. Borean steps in front of Valaga, takes the ball and sends it forward with the left foot, but Willie was going to the middle, not to the outside. Burke has the wrong end of that challenge and a foul here against the Wildcats. Good to see Evie Burke back up, walking around as she played that ball. I check it, that is a foul against the Rebels. At first I thought the referee was suggesting that was a foul against the Wildcats, but perhaps it's just the commentator's myopic lack of vision.
Yeah, I think the center ref was playing advantage there. The foul was against Burke and just waited to see what happened as a result of her pass, and once the Rebels took control, then the center ref awarded the free kick to the Wildcats.
So almost 16 minutes in here into the first half, still 0-0. Wildcats and Rebels. Don't forget, stick around. This is a soccer doubleheader. Little different than normal, as the teams between the Wildcats will play are different from different high schools on this doubleheader. So the Champlin Park Rebels have made the trip down to take on the girls, but the Burnsville Blaze have traveled up Highway 13 and will take on the boys coming up here about 20 minutes after the conclusion of this soccer game.
For Champlin Park, into the game is Liv Tranis, number 6.
Tranis checking in for the Champlin Park Rebels, and we also want to remind you it is senior night for the Wildcats. As you see, Stella Triplett, one of the seniors over there on the far side, coming away with the ball and finding another senior, Yin. This ball falls for Willie. Willie unable to quite get on it, but that was a nice little option. Yin sent that forward. If it had been a little cleaner, or if Willie had been moving at the tap of the ball, maybe she would have gotten on the end of that, but still good job by the Cats keeping the ball generally down in the Champlin Park half, Skip.
Yeah, the play has definitely been on the Champlin Park defensive half of the field more often than not. Haven't seen a whole lot of shots as a result, just the 2 and the 1 corner kick, and nothing that I would call a real great goal scoring opportunity yet for either team, but at least an encouraging amount of possession for the Wildcats thus far.
Good ball on play into space there by Stella Triplett, looking for Willie. Willie ridden off the ball that time, and that was Schnellenberg, number 25, in the far corner. So a throw for the girls in green, and as I said, this is senior night or senior day, so we will have a halftime senior presentation. So you'll want to stick around for that. Enning pitches that in, chips that forward. Sutherland almost gets on the other end of that one, and Krebsbach clears that one into touch. I want to thank you all for joining us here on ETV, whether you're from Eagan, from Champlin Park, Aberdeen, South Dakota, Knoxville, Tennessee, or parts unknown. Thank you so much for joining us here on ETV and enjoying athletic competition in these two very good high school girls soccer teams. And so we will have some substitutions.
2 substitutions for the Wildcats.
As Sammy Wood and Jillian Cameron will check in for the Wildcats.
And Kaylee Balaga, number 19.
And we'll see if this changes the shape. I see Severson moving from one side to the other and Cameron taking that far side. So Cameron and Wood will be on the far side. Looks like the formation is indeed changing, but Tess Triplett says, let's see if we can get a corner. She earns the corner. I think there were some in the Wildcat fandom that maybe thought that might have been a foul. Skip, how did you see that?
I was just going to say, there's a guy in the booth that thought that should have been a foul call. It wasn't in the penalty box,
right,
but it would have been a little bit closer. Maybe it changes your options a little bit from the corner.
Who knows, might actually have been a less attractive place to take this corner. In any event, the Cats set it in. It's towards the back post, and it's scrambled in! The Cats find a way to score. We'll have to see who that was. I think it was Burke. It seems like Evie Burke is getting the lion's share of the congratulations. But Burke nets for the Wildcats in the 19th minute, and the Cats have a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, it absolutely was Evie Burke. Right off the corner, she saw that it was going right at the goalkeeper. We should mention that Krebsbach, the goalkeeper, was looking right into the sun, and Burke just went in. I think she just got, part of her body on it. It didn't have to be, this great shot with the head or anything, because she was 2 feet away from the goal line. Just a perfect example of get anything on it and direct it towards the goal, and more than likely you're going to get one, and that's exactly what happened.
Kind of reminds you of that scene from Happy Gilmore where Happy's told to just tap it in, it's all you have to do. And almost a little controversy there as one of the Champlin Park defenders, I think it was Krebsbach, looked like she might have played that short of the end line, but in any event, it's a goal kick. So Tess Triplett with the assist in the 19th minute. And a big opportunity here for the Wildcats as Triplett, last time we were on air with you, had a brace, had 2 against the Shakopee Sabres. Also picked up a yellow card in that game, if I'm not mistaken. So Yin plays this off her chest. She feeds it forward, but it goes to Krebsbach's hands. That's a situation where you'd like to see the Wildcats just control that ball a little bit more, Skip. I mean, it's nice to send out speculative options, but at the same time, you'd like to connect a few passes there.
Yeah, I think she was trying to connect with her forward, that was up pressing against the defense, and just an errant pass. Looks like the center ref is correcting this call, given the throw into the correct team.
Yeah, major kudos to the Champlin Park Rebel bench trying to use some mojo to get to that, but didn't quite come off as Boreon runs this one down, lays it off for Severson, but didn't lay it off very hard, and now Cats are a little lucky that one of the Rebels, Ainsley Krebsbach, played that into touch.
Yeah, that was a perfect example of when you're setting up, behind your teammate as a support option, you have to be aware of distance. You can't be too tight because it makes it really hard for them to give the proper pace. She has someone right on her back. If she goes too hard, you're not going to be able to do anything with it anyway, and we just saw what happened if she hits it a little too soft. If you give a little more space, then it's an easier pass for the girl that's under pressure to make.
Weisel's goal kick finds Boreon. Boreon lays that off for Severson. Triplett there, but it's intercepted that time by Madsen. Lee's going to turn that one over, and the Cats will have another throw.
Love the aggressiveness by Triplett there. She lost the ball on the pass, but she didn't stop going for it, and she forced a turnover and won the throw-in. It was a really, really nice aggressive play.
And he pitches that back for Severson, who pops it up over the top. One of the Wildcats in green has got to make a run. If you're going to pop it over the top, somebody needs to be running towards it or running through it. And this is Yin running through it. Nicely done. She feeds that forward for Triplett. Triplett couldn't quite get that off of her foot, and now Cameron will make a play to the far side. Cameron holding it carefully there. She's getting closed down quickly by Trannis and Lee, and she's going to concede the throw on the far side. Good defense there by the Champlin Park Rebels, keeping Cameron in that corner or up against that sideline.
Yeah, I believe it was Jessica Lee was getting ready to pressure, had Cameron played it back to her defender, and Cameron did a really nice job of reading that. She's like, wait a minute, this is not a good idea. I am going to just hold on to it, keep the safety of the touchline, and just a really heady play there by Cameron.
Yeah, it had all the hallmarks of a bait, didn't it?
Yes.
Skip, it was just, I just want you to do this. I'll just stand here and I'll look nice and I'll just stand here. I won't make any body contact and I'll just pretend I'm just going to stand here and wait. Oh, wait, you're not going to put the ball over there. Oh, shoot, okay. In any event, good defense by Champlin Park. Lee battling Cameron. Now it falls for Burke. Burke for Yin. Yin forward. Goes between a couple of players, but Wood gets to it. Wood sends that forward for Triplett. Triplett tries to chase that one down. Now Yin's going to chase it. Enning has moved back into the midfield. And this ball gets popped up and over the top as Burke makes a play for this one. It's off of Burke's head. Burke's going to have to be strong here. Opportunity as Weissel comes out for it, and there's nothing there. Yeah, there's nothing there. A few shouts of penalty from the Champlin Park Rebel fans, but I got to tell you, nothing there. Referee's going to go over and talk to the assistant referee, but there's nothing there. There's contact between two players going for the ball. I cannot imagine that there would be anything remotely related to a penalty as you see you can't see it, but it's off camera. The assistant referee and the referee confer, and the referee is going to blow his whistle. He should start with a dropped ball, if I'm being super persnickety, but in any event, we play on. Sutherland finds Yin. Yin, Wood. Enning. Goes up and over the top. Good defensive header that time. But it falls for Borean, who is not able to get it to one of her teammates. Sliding tackle there came through, and Severson will be whistled for the foul. I think that is a good call, Skip. That looked like a foul to me, and probably not a bad one to take if you're the Wildcats.
Yeah, she was aggressive in going for the ball and missed it completely, or got maybe just a little bit, but definitely took out the player. So a good call, but a good defensive play as well. Well,
breaking up the momentum. I mean, the Champlin Park Rebels had already gone by a couple of defenders, and now a free kick for the Rebels, and this one will drop down towards the penalty area. It's headed down.
By Riley Seasambath, number 17.
Seasambath took the free kick, and this finds Triplett. Triplett likes to play with her back to the goal, but she feeds this one forward for Enning. Enning sends this for Wood. Wood has to slam on the brakes. There's a situation where maybe playing to space might have been helpful. But Enning had all she could handle with respect to the player that was on her back, which certainly explains playing it to feet. Lee giving pressure there for Burke, and a big foul there. I got to say that's right on the line of a yellow card in my mind, Skip, because there was no play at all. And the center referee telling Lee, you got to watch it. There was very little play on the ball, and she just went through Evie Burke. And it's the second time Evie Burke's been trucked or knocked down or stomped on in the first half. Certainly not accusing anybody of trying to hurt Evie Burke, but how many more fouls can one of your star players take?
Yeah, and it was really an unnecessary foul to give. I mean, you're on a defender. You're your forward attacking. Like, you're so far away from your own basket, your own net. I don't understand, what the logic is there. Why deliver that one?
Center referee having a talk with, and is going to issue. I don't understand that at all. I think that is. I do not get that whatsoever. So in the 27th minute, we've going to have Stella Triplett with a yellow card caution. Now, I don't have a problem with giving Stella Triplett a yellow card there because there was some extra after the ball went into touch, and I appreciate the referee trying to keep control of the game. But how do you not issue a yellow card to Lee on the 10 seconds earlier in game time earlier, where she takes out Evie Burke without making any play on the ball whatsoever? I don't understand how the referee does that. But again, his opinion counts, ours doesn't.
In the game for the Wildcats,
Severson and Collins battling there.
Nice job by the ball girl to avoid getting one in the head there, but then delivering the ball as quickly as possible. As always, the ball boys and ball girls on top of the game, keeping the match flowing really well.
So Ellie Westerman checking back in as Aurelia Yin will check out. Tess Triplett has moved to that center forward position, taking her sister's place, who's been replaced as per rule because of the caution. And a good shoulder challenge there by Burke.
Goal kick for the Wildcats.
Creates a goal kick. So we've got...
Yeah, it's a real tough angle there, throwing that one in, towards the goal line. You're putting your teammate in a real tough spot to do anything with that, unless they're facing the goal and able to play it that way, or facing you. It just kind of a curious decision on that throw.
And advantage played by the referee. I like that advantage play as Bourion's going to have it. She's going to get taken down. Now I have to wonder, he's going to produce a yellow, so he's going to start. There's going to be a yellow card caution here. He should be stopping the clock. He's not. Well, he was reaching for his pocket, and now he's not reaching for his pocket. All right, now I'm utterly confused. That's absolutely a yellow card-worthy foul. In any event, we play on. So free kick opportunity for Enning. She's going to drop this down towards the edge of the penalty area. Somebody in green needs to get on the end of it. Somebody in white got on the end of it. And it's sent into touch. Cats will have a check at the Champlin Park Rebels. Will have a deep throw.
I would have liked to have seen Eagan do something different with that choice. Straight on like that, it's really hard to lob it up for a teammate because they're trying to play a ball coming right at them. And it's just, you have no angle to put a shot on. There was a Wildcat, I believe it was Severson, to the left of the wall, wide open. I mean, nobody was out there. You play it out to Severson, and you've completely changed the angle, and you give her a chance to cross that one, and now you've put your strikers, that are up there in a better position.
Wood attacking to the outside, does a nice job. Now inside to Westerman. Now Triplett will try to get through the defense. Can't. Enning outside, long shot, tipped over the top, and just over the top on corner opportunity for the Wildcats, their third of the first half. Great save that time by Krebsbach.
That was a phenomenal save by Krebsbach. I mean, wow, I thought that one was in when she let it go. It just looked like it was one of those that was going to go up and over the goalkeeper, but right under the crossbar, and she got it at its high point there. Just a brilliant save.
Krebsbach and some of you can't see it on the screen now, but Krebsbach and some of the other Champlin Park defenders battling the sun. This is to the back post. It's off of somebody's head. Everybody's giving chase. I'm not sure who that came off of, and so I don't know who would earn the throw, but in the end, it's a white throw. And the chance goes begging for the Wildcats. That's sunshine from the orientation of the field for those of you who are new to Wildcat Stadium. That sunshine hitting at this time of the day actually is going to make life hard on both goalies.
Yeah, that was Burke trying to head that one. It was just over her head, but I do wonder if looking into that sun, played a factor in her inability to get contact on it. I mean, we've seen her play corners, with her head so well, all season long, really. I mean, she already has, a goal, here tonight on a corner kick. It wasn't a header, but it's the same concept. She's always, playing it in the air. So I think that sunshine might have had a factor on that one.
So Cats head into the last 9 minutes of this half with a 1-0 lead. Courtesy the head slash tummy slash some body part that wasn't a hand, sending the ball into the back of the net. Stetman with it. Nice spin by Stetman. She's going to attack the outside. Now she draws it back. Feeds it to the middle, but good defense that time by, I believe, Matson, number 7 for the Champlin Park Rebels.
Yeah, she really had nowhere to go with that. It would have been a tough cross given where she was at, her position on the pitch. Nice job defensively for Champlin Park on that previous opportunity, putting themselves in good position and not yield anything dangerous to the middle.
And with just over eight minutes to go here in the first half, Skip, my stat sheet has 0 shots on goal for the Champlin Park Rebels at this point.
I counted the one that went off the football upright, but definitely not on goal. Just a shot.
Well,
I'm counting shots
I counted,
on goal, yes.
Well, I'm counting shots and shots on goal. So I did have them with a shot, but I did not have them with a shot on goal. Triplet closed down that time by a quick defense, plays it back for Enning. Now Triplet will get another chance. She pitches that forward for Wood, but didn't squeeze through. Sammy Wood, bulldog determination on the corner, helps get the ball back to Enning. Enning needs somebody to go help her out, and Cameron pops forward. Here's an opportunity for Triplet. Triplet's onside. She's got Westerman and Stepman in the middle lurking. Triplet's going to send this across. Actually, she's going to draw back on her right foot, and it's going to be sent out, and another corner for the Wildcats. Now this one will come from the far side, so the keeper and the defenders won't be battling the sun on this one.
Boy, a creative play there by Triplet. Did a nice job of faking the cross and bringing it back around. The defense recovered, but not enough to prevent the corner. Triplet playing at a really high level.
Triplet with a right foot. This one comes in tight towards the goal. And nice job by Krebsbach, soaring above everybody else to claim that one. So a freshman keeper not playing like a freshman as Lee and Cameron battling there for the Wildcats. Everybody leaning on everybody, and I don't think we have a foul. Yeah, I think it's just a ball out of play.
No, from this angle, it didn't look like a foul, so I'm not surprised there wasn't a call.
Yeah, I didn't see anything there either, but a little hold there as Triplet gets spun around by her jersey. I'm a little surprised that wasn't a call. You see Qasim Ilmi, the coach for the Wildcats, with his arms in the air, not pleased that wasn't a call.
Not a great ball there by the Wildcats. You want to see that one either switch fields, come near side, or stay out on the touchline.
Still waiting to figure out what's the referee blew his whistle. I don't know if he had a conversation with the Eagan bench or if I don't know what was going on there, but in any event, we play on. Now the whistle blows and we play soccer again. Ball gets played up for Cameron. Cameron slides that forward looking for Triplet. I'll check it, that's Wood. Wood pops that over the top. Again, Triplet's going to make a play down the sideline. Sends that in with her right foot. Krebsbach easily claims that one as Stetman was crashing, and it was a shot. It was a shot on goal, but easy save, easy as you like for Cora Krebsbach. Enning, the senior captain, chips that in with the right foot. This comes for Stetman. Stetman's going to have this on her foot, has a runner, tries to play it through for Boreon, but defense was just too close. See if Enning has an opportunity here. Tries to slide that through. Ball gets played up for Lee. Again, playing with her back to the goal. She lays that ball off, and it sure looks like, Skip, that the Rebels' strategy is to play this ball to Lee with her back to the goal and let her distribute. That seems to be their offensive attack plan at this point.
Well, that's something that at halftime they might have to adjust, because right now it's producing absolutely nothing. They're struggling to get her the ball, and even if she were to win one, it doesn't look like she has a whole lot of options with her. There's no connection by the Champlin Park attack. And in part, I mean, you have to give some credit to the Wildcat defense for sure. I mean, they're doing a nice job.
This one finds green space, and we're going to have a foul. I think we're going to have a foul here against Triplet. I don't think there was contact. I don't know if the referee is calling a direct kick foul or if he's calling a dangerous play foul. In any event, it is a free kick for the Rebels as we approach the last few minutes of this first half. And again, stick around for halftime. We will have a senior presentation for the Eagan Wildcat girls. And after the game, of course, about 20 minutes after the game, we will have the game between the Wildcat boys and the Burnsville Blaze. Job by Lee blocking that one, battling Burke there. Good physical, a little extra from Lee, letting Burke know that she's there. Here's a good overlapping run by the Wildcats. Here's a chance for the Wildcats. Warner got it back. Unfortunately for Warner, the Rebels able to come through on that one, and we're seeing a slight pickup here, I think, Skip, in physical play. More girls getting dumped to the deck, more collisions. As Krebsbach and Borean trade headers. Borean finds Westerman. And that ball flashes out, but Edding's ball intercepted by the Rebels, where Wood claims. And a foul against the Champlin Park Rebels on the far side. That's their sixth foul of the half. The Wildcats, by my count, have conceded 5 fouls.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
So a free kick for Evie Burke just inside the 50 football yard line. See how close she can drop this one down. She finds, oh, nice job by Stepman getting ahead to it, flicking it on. And we have a handball violation against the Wildcats. Referee quickly spotting that one and sending it the other direction. Battle by Lee, taking on Cameron. Lee starts and stops, starts again. Now it comes in towards the middle. Opportunity. Good battle there in the middle, and Weissel off her line will claim that one. A little surprised. That looked like it might have been a bit of a push from the back. I'm a little surprised there wasn't a foul there.
Yeah, I was waiting for the whistle as well. It was just outside the 18, so it wouldn't have been a penalty, but for sure a free kick from a excellent spot.
1 minute remaining in the first half. 1 minute.
Borean plays it off of Shortridge and then gets it back. She'll huck it towards Triplett, who flicks that on with her head. This stays in. Nicely done by Tess Triplett, flicking it to herself. Borean does a nice job of getting it back. The assistant referee, however, says that Tess Triplett has strayed into an offside position.
Yeah, she was aggressively pressuring that last defender and went past her as her momentum carried her forward. And unfortunately, the ball that had been played back to the Eagan defense was immediately played back up, and she just didn't have time to get back onside.
Stepman with it, plays it through. It was a great ball, but nobody was making the run. So that's a situation as we enter the last 10 seconds of this half where the Wildcats just need to get on the same page as Westerman pops this towards the goal, and we will head to halftime. So, Skip Newton, your assessment of the first half.
My assessment is that the first half was controlled by the Wildcats for the large part. I mean, the shots on goal, shots 5-1, shots on goal were in favor as well. And really, the only reason the Wildcats haven't scored at least 2 is in no small part by the freshman goalkeeper, Cora Krebsbach. I mean, a brilliant save on the one shot. Their back line's playing well as well, preventing that one last pass to give up great scoring chances for the Wildcats. Otherwise, this could easily be a 2 or 3-0 lead.
Well, it's a 1-0 lead at the halftime for the Wildcats. We will be momentarily going to a senior event, senior recognition event here just momentarily. And the Wildcats, both Wildcats and Rebels with work to do at the halftime to talk about how they can get better. Imagine both teams will be stepping it up in the second half. But we will, as announcers, step away and give it over to public address announcer Dave Giles, who will be presenting the Wildcat seniors and their parents.
Ladies and gentlemen, we direct your attention to the field. Tonight we are honoring our senior class members of the 2025 Eagan High School girls soccer team, members of the Eagan High School class of 2026. This group of talented players have demonstrated outstanding leadership, sportsmanship, and friendship throughout their careers, with Eagan Wildcats soccer. We want to thank them for their contributions to Wildcats soccer and wish them the very best as they embark on their senior year at Eagan High School and prepare for their future beyond Wildcat Stadium. Please join us in recognizing and honoring these amazing athletes and their parents. We have 9 senior players and 1 senior student manager. We start with goalkeeper number 1, Maddie Weisel. Maddie's parents are Mike and Holly. After graduation, she plans to attend a 4-year school.
Her favorite soccer memory is trying to hop a fence in St. Louis and almost landing on her face.
Number 1, goalkeeper, Maddie Weisel. Midfielder, number 4, Ariella Illyria Yin. Ariella's parents are Andrea and Sofal. After graduation, she is undecided about her plans. Her favorite soccer memory is playing hostage, pasta feeds, and getting to bond with all of the girls. Number 4, Ariella Illyria Yin. Next, midfielder and defender, number 5, Anna Enning. Anna's parents are Darren and Mona. After graduation, she plans to continue her academics and play soccer at the University of St. Thomas, where she plans to study law. Her favorite soccer memory was winning the state quarterfinal game to bring us to the bank last year. Number 5, Anna Enning. Midfielder number 6, Evie Burke. Evie's parents are Dana and Ben. After graduation, she plans to continue her soccer career at Minnesota State Mankato University. Her favorite soccer memory is winning the section final game against Rosemount last year. Number 6, Evie Burke. Next, forward, number 8, McKenna Willie. McKenna's parents are Melanie and John. After graduation, she plans to attend a 4-year university. Her favorite soccer memory is going undefeated junior year and becoming so close with the team. Number 8, McKenna Willie. Next is forward, number 9, Francesca Boyan. Francesca's parents are Pablo and Dawn. After graduation, she plans to attend a 4-year college or enlist in the Air National Guard. Her favorite soccer memory is getting to experience soccer with all ages and making amazing friends along the way. Number 9, Francesca Boyan. Midfielder, number 10, Sophia Sutherland. Sophia's parents are Sherry and Jason. After graduation, she plans to attend a 4-year university and study physical therapy. Her favorite soccer memory is getting to play soccer the last 4 years with her best friends. Number 10, Sophia Sutherland. Next, forward, number 11, Stella Triplett. Stella's parents are Sean and Alyssa. After graduation, she plans to attend college to become a dermatologist PA. Her favorite soccer memory is her sisters from junior year. Number 11, Stella Triplett. Next, defender, number 19, Kaylee Balaga. Kaylee's parents are Shannon and Dan. After graduation, she plans to go to college to study engineering. Her favorite soccer memory is scoring off a volley for the first time. Number 19, Kaylee Balaga. And student manager, Naomi Ford. Naomi's parents are Ryan and Catherine. After graduation, she plans to attend a 4-year university and study nursing. Her favorite soccer memory is playing on the JV team with pigtails and glitter in her hair for a game. Student manager, Naomi Ford. Congratulations to our senior players and senior student manager on a successful soccer season and your accomplished soccer careers. And thank you parents, family, friends, and students for being here tonight. Good luck to everyone in the second half tonight. Congratulations to the Eagan Wildcats girls soccer team class of 2026.
For second half action here from Wildcats Stadium, the campus division high school.
In the second half, the Wildcats will defend the north goal in front of the scoreboard, and they will move left to right on the field. The Champlin Park Rebels
Now the Wildcats will switch
are on the
ends.
field. They will be defending the south goal,
They
moving right to
previously were
left.
defending, wearing their all greens. You see them on the left side of your screen. Taking on the Champlin Park Rebels, who are already out in white on the far side. One goal separating the two teams here from the first half, a 19-minute strike from Evie Burke, one of the captains for the Wildcats, a senior who was honored here at halftime from Tess Triplett off the corner. Tess Triplett's sister Stella picking up a yellow card caution in the 27th minute, so we'll have to see if that is impactful at any point here in the near future. Wildcats play an early ball in for Triplett. Triplett gets on the other end of it, but runs out of space as it goes harmlessly by Krebsbach.
Offensive pressure from Tess Triplett,
So
number
the
7.
halftime talk for both
Goal kick
teams.
Rebels.
Take us, so Skip, I mean, for the Wildcats, let's talk for a moment just about the Wildcats. Is it more of the same? Is it convert in the attacking third? What do you think that halftime talk was?
I think it's got to be more about, we're doing a great job, keeping them out of our defensive end. We're doing a great job of, for the most part, about passing and controlling the middle third. We need to not panic when we get it into the attacking third. We need to not rush and still look to connect and set up that shot. I think that's been the missing piece so far. The one goal scored on the corner kick, a second goal could have been scored on a long shot, but just a great save by Krebsbach.
And for the Champlin Park Rebels, I mean, is it something, I mean, I guess the question would be, do you change your approach, or is it still play it to your center forward and let her distribute? Or if you're changing your approach, clearly that would be the biggest theme coming out of halftime.
Yeah, if they're going to completely change their approach, then that's a totally new philosophy than what we have seen in the first half. I think what I'm doing is, guys, when we look to get the ball up to Lee on that front, that attacking player, we need to be there to support her. We need to give her options, and we need to have more connection so we can do something with. Like right here, she's on it, but there's a defender right on her. There's a defender on either side of her. She's really got nowhere to go, even if she wins that ball.
She's a bit on an island, isn't she?
Yeah, and that's exactly what it is. She's been on an island the whole half, and right now, the Wildcats have been absolutely shutting down that island. There's been no attack, no good shots, just the one shot that was really high, nothing on goal.
So this ball down for Triplett in the corner. That's going to be spun off her foot and will go for a goal kick. You see she's disappointed with that result. And Teagan Tesdall, interesting change here. I think the Wildcats look to have changed their formation perhaps back to a 4-back. Can't quite tell yet, as Teagan Tesdall, sophomore, has checked in on this near side, and Avery Hendrickson, junior, has slipped into the defensive line as this ball gets sent towards Yin. Yin plays this back for Enning. Enning thought about it for just a moment, looked for Triplett. Triplett lays off for Enning. Now that's off a Champlin Park Rebel. Let's see if they're able to get to this ball. They do, and that's into touch and a first corner opportunity here in the second half for the Wildcats. Good job that time with the pressure from Teagan Tesdall.
Yeah, Enning was looking to cross that and actually touched the ball with her plant foot, which threw everything off, but somehow the Wildcats managed to win a corner out of that. Not the best defensive play there for the Rebels.
Krebsbach and the Rebel defenders all battling the sun. Triplett's ball comes in towards the back post, and it misses everybody. Let's see if Valaga, who also looks like Coach Kasamilmi, went with pretty much the same starting lineup, although Hendrickson was not in the original starting lineup. Neither was Teagan Tesdall. So we'll see how this all plays out. But Valaga far side and goes off of her into touch.
I'm convinced that Enning missed that corner because she couldn't see it. That had to be just blinding looking at the sun. It looked like it was like a last-second stab at it, but she didn't really know where it was.
Well, using the sun, I mean, it's one thing to use the wind, but sometimes you have to use the sun as well when you're an attacker. And I'm a little surprised that if that ball had been a little tighter to Krebsbach, just maybe there would have been a scoring opportunity there for the Wildcats. In any event, we play on. Battle on the far side. Lee is going to draw a foul here against the Wildcats. I think that's a good call, as Chloe Stokes, number 22, has also checked in. Was also part of the starting lineup for this half.
The Wildcats, free kick, Champlin Park.
So forgive me, I thought the Cats had gone pretty much with the same lineup they had maybe started the game with a few changes, but made a lot of changes as this ball floats over everyone and drifts over the touchline. Bit of a waste of an opportunity there for the Rebels.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad ball, but nobody was going for it. There was nobody on the other end.
Triplet off her head now. She comes forward. It's punched into touch, that time smartly done by Kelly. Ball comes in for Willie, who flicks that on. Yin's going to make a run for it, but she's not going to beat Seesaw Beth for it.
Did a nice job of forcing the errant ball, though. Putting that pressure on makes a difference.
Trapped down by Enning. Sutherland over for Stokes, who finds Valaga on the far side. Quickly back to Stokes. Like to see that. Quick passes right back to the person who just passed it to you, and hopefully the defense is shifted to give that person a different opportunity. Enning feeds that forward. Popped forward by Tesdall, looking to the middle for Willie. And good defense there by Lady and the rest of the Champlin Park Rebels, although it comes back for Enning again. And you get a sense that Enning just is really trying to feed Tess Triplet here on this near side as Valaga pushed off that ball by Collins.
Tess Triplet's been the hot goal scorer for the Wildcats, so I don't blame Enning for trying to feed her the ball. I mean, she's been doing good things with it in the last few matches.
Burke for Valaga. Valaga inside for Willie, who sends it right back. Valaga pitches that forward for Willie, and the defense gets there first. That's Schnellenberg hammering that off of Willie, and it goes into touch. The Champlin Park Rebels looking to extend their unbeaten streak to 10 games this season. As this ball finds its way back towards Krebsbach, and Triplet gives chase, kind of a gentle chase. I did not check to see how many games the Champlin Park Rebels have. My guess is they probably have a few more, given that they've played a few less than the Wildcats. They probably have maybe, I don't know, maybe they've got 5 games left or something like that. But in any event, sections do start around the same time. So the Champlin Park Rebels going to be busy here in the next couple of weeks. Good flick on that time by Triplet, looking for Yin, but it doesn't come off. Enning, Tesdall. Enning puts a little air under that, finds, beautiful pass right under the foot of Triplet. Triplet touches it down, but then she is dispossessed by Seesaw Beth. And now Lee comes back for this one. Triplet was onside. Willie makes the run. Willie now attacking to the box. Has it on her foot. Good physical contact there, but no foul. Good attempt there. The ball stays in. And Enning, check it, Triplet cleaned out there, but a fair shoulder challenge. And it goes harmlessly for Krebsbach.
Yeah, Triplet kept going, but it looked like the rest of the players stopped and thought that was into touch. It's too bad, because that was an opportunity for the Wildcats if they'd have had just 1 or 2 more girls continuing to play that one, through the whistle.
Well, an opportunity for players like Willie and others, Sutherland, Willie, some of the players that have been bench, have seen more time off the bench this season to demonstrate real quality on the pitch, and crashing when that ball may or may not be out of play. It's certainly one way to get some attention, as this is a bit of a concern for the Champlin Park Rebels, as center forward Jessica Lee, number 28, looks like she's taken one in the
center referee stopping the
face
clock for the injury.
And the referee is sending her off for treatment. I don't know if it's a bloody nose or a cut. In any
For
event,
Champlin Park, Kaylee Johnson, number
no
4, is
foul,
in
no
the game, going
violation,
out.
no
Jessica Lee,
whistle
number
other
28.
than a change necessary because of
Also for the Rebels,
probably
in
some
the game,
maybe some
number
blood
5,
or
Emma Lungsignoda.
something else. The referee's going to have her
Going
checked
out,
out. Might also be a head
3,
injury, who knows, but we
Kaylee
stop the
Lade.
clock with 31 minutes to go here in this second half. 49th minute
Clock stop for the injury.
of the second of the soccer game. And again, the Rebels are going to have to do something. They're going to have to dial up something here, Skip. They're going to have to find some. They're going to have to find some magic that so far they've not been able to create.
Play resumes.
And now they're going to have to do it without Lee on the field. That ball gets sent forward. This is an opportunity. That was a shot by Collins. It was a shot. It was on goal, and I think that is the first shot on goal for the Champlin Park Rebels in this match, coming in the 50th minute. Definitely not a trend you like to see. That being said, they do find themselves down only by a single goal.
Yeah, it does feel like Champlin Park has picked up the intensity a little bit here in the second half. They're controlling play a little bit better. They're, at least putting more pressure on the Wildcats back line. It hasn't resulted in much other than that one, relatively harmless shot that we just saw, but definitely a slight improvement over the first half.
Remains to be seen if both teams can raise their level of play. We saw that against Shakopee. The Sabres, the Wildcats had a 1-0 lead going into halftime as Sutherland gives a little bit of a foul shout, but referee not interested in that. This ball gets scuffed up into the air, but Cats had a 1-0 lead against a Shakopee team that was really cruising, had been cruising in prior games, came out at halftime and raised their games, got a quick goal. Tess Triplett got her second goal of the game in the first couple of minutes of that second half, and that was kind of all she wrote for the Shakopee Sabres. Wonder if the Wildcats could use something like that here. Another goal would certainly do a lot to give them some confidence moving into the latter stages of this one.
Yeah, I think a second goal here for the Wildcats would definitely have the same impact. It would make it feel like a really big deficit for Champlin Park, just based on what little offense they've been able to put together in the first 51 minutes and change.
Triplett battling there, head up with Morley. Ball goes back to Krebsbach, who hammers this one. I think this is going to reach touch, and it does. So Cameron will have an opportunity. She'll heave that down the side, near sideline. This is Triplett. Triplett gets it on her right foot, goes to goal. It was a good shot. Good shot by Triplett, and Krebsbach did a good job of fighting off the sun to claim that one. She made it look easy. Skip, I don't think that was an easy save given that she was looking into the sun.
Yeah, maybe a little bit, although she was looking, the angle was enough where I think she was looking more like in our direction up here in the booth versus the corner flag, which is much more directly with that sun behind. But a tough angle to score from, and plus it was right at her stomach area, so her body was well in front of it. But nice positioning by Krebsbach for sure.
Cats with.
I was going to say, what I really liked is how Triplett, faked the cross with the right and pulled it back to her left for the shot. I mean, she set herself up really nicely there.
Cats dispossessed in the middle of the field. Looks like that's going to be a foul. Yeah, Yin's going to pick up a foul there. No question about that. So a free kick opportunity coming about 40 yards out, 45 yards out for the Rebels. What kind of magic can they conjure? This is Riley Seesawbeth,
Rebels.
one of the captains, one of the junior captains for the Rebels. She puts her arm in the air. Now she puts the ball in the air. It floats down towards the penalty area. And it's headed on. Oh, it's headed on nicely that time. And I'm going to try to get the name or number of that player. That was, I think that was Shortridge. And that was off of Shortridge, so a shot, not on frame, but a good opportunity as Shortridge went down and goes off another Eagan player, and Krebsbach will have a corner.
Yeah, I didn't see it go off an Eagan player. I just saw the shot, which was really impressive from that angle. But again, you saw how difficult that is from that angle to put it on goal. I mean, she made a great play, and it still was well wide.
Good defense there by the Cats, forces the Rebels back. They'll pitch it forward. It'll be knocked down there. Just still a few situations where the Wildcats need to get some better communication as this one crosses in towards Weissel. Weissel, for just a moment, lost it, claimed it back up. Nicely done by the senior goalkeeper.
Yeah, really nice play by Weissel there. She probably was battling that sun and made sure she got both hands on it and kept it in front of her.
And there was some traffic in front of her. Let's see if Tesdall's able to get to this. Yin's got it. She's got a little bit of green grass in front of her. She dribbles. Now for Enning. Burke. Burke sends that forward looking for Triplett, but can't squeeze it through. Good defense that time by Morley and others. You get a sense the Wildcats, Skip, might be, I wouldn't say be playing kickball necessarily, but they seem to be a little out of options other than Triplett doing something crafty with their feet on this near sideline. The Cats seem to be content to just get it into the attacking third, pitch it forward, and something good happens. It's a bit aspirational, isn't it?
Yeah, they're not connecting as well as they did in the first half. You don't see as many of 2, 3, 4 passes to feet on the ground
and number 19,
to try and advance that ball down into the attacking third. Instead, it's much more long balls, more balls in the air, and that's just yielding to less time of possession and more opportunities for Champlin Park to control and counterattack.
Anybody paying attention saw number 28 for the Rebels, Jessica Lee, back on the field. Now she doesn't appear to be playing in that center forward position anymore, but maybe she might be playing in a midfield position. Let's see where she ends up. But it's good to see her back on the field, no question about that. And now it's up to the players on the pitch to try to do something. Both teams could use just a little bit of magic. And let's see if they're able to conjure some here. Now here come the Rebels down the sideline. Stokes with a good defensive step that time. Valaga was chasing behind because of Stokes' effort. Then Valaga is able to get to it. She sends it forward for Yin. And Yin lays it off short as Triplett was going long, and that's just a wasted opportunity for the Wildcats. Yin played it to feet as Triplett was looking to go to space, and unfortunate that time for the Wildcats.
Yeah, when you get two players, they don't have the same idea. They're not on the same page. That often results in a turnover.
So the casual viewer, the neutral viewer, might look at this and say, this is a pretty good game between two teams. Close defensive battle. Really, the Wildcats, for the balance of the game, have outplayed the Rebels, but unable to make it tell. And here come here come the Rebels sliding a ball through for Krebsbach. Krebsbach's going to get that on her right foot. She's going to square. She's going to be able to get the shot off. She's not able to. She lays off that time for her teammate. I believe that's Tranus on the far side. And Tranus is dispossessed.
Oh, this is great defense by the Wildcats. The back line not yielding the shot. Every time she looked like she wanted to pull the trigger, they were in the shooting lane. There was just no opportunity for her.
Trying to keep that out. This falls for Tesdall. Tesdall near side. She sends that forward again. That one's hoofed forward. I tell you, that looks a little more like kickball, Skip. The Wildcats, and that's lead. There's a nice move around the defense there. She goes around another defender. She went around 3 defenders until Hendrickson was able to get on it, and the referee's going to call a foul on the Wildcats on either Enning or Yin. But this is potentially a dangerous situation as the Rebels will now have a free kick 35 yards out and straight on to Maddie Weissel.
Well, it looks like the change at halftime was moving Jessica Lee back, and this has allowed her more touches on the ball in the middle of the field, and it's producing results.
Lee goes to goal. This is towards the top, and it misses everything. It didn't miss by much. I would not want to give, if I were the Wildcats, I would be hesitant to give her another chance at that. So the Wildcats have got to get their midfield passing cleaned up, their defense in the midfield, whatever it is, cleaned up, because conceding more opportunities like that, Skip, that could be dangerous.
Yeah, she's got a hammer for a shot. I definitely don't want to see the Wildcats giving her more opportunities like that. I mean, that looked really dangerous when she first let it go. Fortunately for the Wildcats, just above the crossbar. Now an opportunity here for the Wildcats to at least move it into the Rebels' end, see if they can't get something going offensively.
And is one of the challenges with moving Evie Burke there on the free kick back to a defensive position is this ball comes down and finds Willie's hand and shot by Yin, and that will go wide. So second shot not on net here for the Wildcats in this half, but moving Burke to that defensive position gives you some solid experience and coverage back there, but at the same time, you miss Evie Burke from in the midfield, and I kind of get the sense that Cats could use another stabilizing influence in that midfield right now.
Yeah, they're definitely not controlling the middle third like they did in the first half. It's been a bit of an alarming change since the break.
Ian lets that ball run. Let's see, Enning steps up on it. That ball taken away by Seesaw Beth. Hendrickson sends that forward, but it's intercepted that time by Kelly. Kelly with it in the sun, into the shade, sends that forward, and now the Champlin Park Rebels attack. Weissel was flying off of her line, but Burke says, I'll take that. Willie with a good defensive play there, shielding that ball off, but Lee's going to run this ball down. I tell you right now, the Wildcats are catching punches. They're not delivering them, Skip Newton. Wildcats are not the best team on the pitch at this moment, and something's going to have to change soon.
Foul on the Wildcats.
Foul on the Wildcats, give the Rebels
for the Wildcats
a free kick as
Stella Triplett, number 11.
Stella Triplett will check back in.
Francesca Borjan, number 9.
Francesca Borjan, number 9, and Sammy Wood, number 2, will all check back in.
And Kaylee Balaga, number 19.
As the time ticks down, under 19 and a half minutes to go here. Ball gets sent forward, finds Burke there on the edge of the penalty area. Yin with it. She's dispossessed. Opportunity here for Kelly. Kelly goes to goal, and it's sent over the top. Good save by Weissel. Excellent shot by Kelly. Excellent save by Weissel. A corner for the Champlin Park Rebels, Skip, but they avoided the goal.
Yeah, it was a great save by Weissel. I mean, another 6 inches higher. That one might have snuck right under the crossbar, but boy, did she time her leap perfectly and punched it right over that crossbar.
Wildcats now get to battle the sun as the Rebels did, as both teams did in the first half. Corner comes in nice and flat, and that finds side netting. Kaylee Johnson's corner kick ends up in the side netting, and she is not happy with that result. You can see her holding her head, and you get a sense that as Westerman and Severson both check back in for the Wildcats, you get a sense, Skip, that maybe the Champlin Park Rebels might need a free kick or some sort of set-piece play to create a goal here against these Wildcats.
Yeah, they had the one really good free kick shot by Lee, then they just had a good shot, just 30 seconds ago to set up that corner. The key here is that they are producing opportunities that just weren't happening in the first half.
I still stand by what I said earlier. Cats not the best team on the pitch at this moment, but the question remains, will they, as the story turns, will they be able to improve their play here in this second half? Good turn that time by Lee, who feeds that forward. Opportunity for Krebsbach. It falls short that time, and a foul. A foul here against the Wildcats.
Well, I didn't see that.
I did not either, but a free kick coming just outside the penalty area. So a huge opportunity here for the Champlin Park Rebels as Ainsley Krebsbach, the sophomore, will stand over this, and surely she will ask for her. Now Kelly switches off. Check it, that's Collins. Collins, number 21 for the Rebels. She'll likely be going to goal for this one. There will be a good-sized wall in front of Maddie Weissel, and this might be the best opportunity that the Rebels have. Collins puts it to it, and she scores! Collins tucks it in under the top crossbar. And the Wildcats conceding a goal, the free kick comes back to burn them.
Yeah, just a great shot off that free kick. A questionable call. We want to see the replay on that. I did not see the foul that was called, but like we said, the Champlin Park, they are absolutely controlling the second half. It's been like a tale of two halves here so far.
In the 64th minute, a free kick
from
Megan Collins, the senior.
Unassisted goal scored by number
Unassisted
21, Megan Collins.
Creates a 1-1 equalizer, and I would say, based on the balance of play, Skip Newton, you have to say deserved by the Champlin Park Rebels.
By Megan Collins.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, they have earned it so far this half, and unfortunately, now the Wildcats are going to have to figure things out and light that fire that we saw in the first half.
Wildcats offside, indirect free kick for the Rebels.
Offside against the Wildcats, although I might have a bone to pick when I watch the replay because I think it came off a Champlin Park player. Advantage played here or no foul for the referee. Comes to the near side, Krebsbach who feeds it forward. Severson pitches that out into the midfield where Kelly flags that down, and now Enning will battle there. Enning dispossessed by Kelly, thrown to the turf. Good step up that time by Borean, but Kelly unleashes the howitzer and it comes back for Weissel. And right now the shots in this half, 6-2 in favor of the Rebels. Shots on goal, by my count, 3-1 in favor of the Rebels. That is not a good trend for the Wildcats. Cats are going to have to up their game, no question about that, as Severson puts that into touch. And want to say thanks to our award-winning ETV crew. Our executive producer is Josh Sibley. Max Hellemuller, our director. Jared Greenberg is our camera operator. And thank you so much for being the eyes and ears of Eagan and making us look and sound so good as the Rebels have a throw on the far side. Westerman has the ball there, but she's dispossessed. It's somehow kept in, that time by the Rebels. Nicely done. Good tackle that time by Severson. And the Cats need somebody to step up and make a play because right now they look really like they're chasing.
The Eagan girls and boys soccer programs would like to thank our platinum sponsors, 401k Plan Professionals, Ansari's Mediterranean Grill and Lounge, Eagan Hockey Association, Hy-Vee, Itasca Wealth, Melanie and John Willie, the Willie Team Edina Realty, Neb Doctors, Pablo and Don Borean, Realtor Team, Twin Cities Orthopedics, and Wave Soccer Club. Thank you for your continued support of the boys and girls varsity programs, helping us be successful on and off the pitch.
Brief excitement there for the Wildcat fans as Stella Triplett was able to almost latch on to the end of something. Let's see if her sister Tess is able to get on the end of something here, and she's not. Good shoulder challenge that time
goal kick,
by
Park.
Riley Seesawbath. The Wildcats are going to have to dial up some magic, no question about that. Good tackle on the near side that time by the Rebels, and that's sent forward. Again, the equalizing factor, and that's going to be off of, that's an easy foul for the center referee as it bounced up and hit Evie Burke on the hand. So a good free kick opportunity here for Lee, who sends this down towards one of her teammates. That was Collins, the goal scorer. She has it and lays it off for Lee. Lee punches this in towards looking for Krebsbach, but it falls harmlessly for one of the Wildcats, who sends it out. And right now the Wildcats really, again, just not connected in that midfield. Coach Kasim-Ilmi will have to redouble his efforts to try to get these girls on the same page as Wood battles there against Krebsbach. It comes back that time for Morley. Hendrickson.
Yeah. I was going to say that the problem that you have is once the half is underway, it's really hard to coach your team out of things that they're not doing well, because the game's live. I mean, it's a living thing, and it's really hard to, without an opportunity to talk to them all at once, to get a team settled down and playing differently than they have been.
Stella Triplett feeds that forward for her sister Tess Triplett. after a brilliant tackle by Sammy Wood created that opportunity.
Oh boy, and there were two wide open girls on the far side of the pitch. If she had looked over there, that could have been something.
Well, this might be something too, as the Wildcats will have their second corner
For the Wildcats.
of the match, and the
This will be
Champlin
their
Park
sixth.
defense and keeper will be battling that
Second
sunshine
of the
right
second
in their
half.
faces as this sun sets here in
From
Eagan.
the near
It's a
side
1-1
with
game.
number
It is a
7,
close
Tess
run
Triplett on the
thing,
kick.
and this could be the moment of magic that the Wildcats are looking for.
Yeah, their first and only goal came on a corner in the first half.
Triplett with the right foot. Somebody gets ahead to it. Good save by Krebsbach. It's still loose. It's still scrambled out. Attempt there by Stella Triplett, and it's punched away. It was a header by Burke, went right onto Krebsbach. It was a bang-bang play. Great header by Burke. Better save that time by Krebsbach. And a foul here in a decent position against
Foul called
the
on the
Champlin
Rebels.
Park
Free
Rebels,
kick
and the
upcoming,
Rebels will
Wildcats.
concede this one, but what a great sequence that was for the Wildcats.
Oh, that was amazing. And I'm not sure if Krebsbach made a move to save that, or if it was just, it happened so fast, it was right at her, and she just, put her hands up in
Free kick for the
absolute,
Wildcats. Number 7,
natural
Tess
reaction
Triplett
to
on
it.
the
It was
kick.
just a great bang shot and save.
Triplett will take this one about 20 yards out. She heaves it in towards the near post, and Krebsbach claims that one as Paige Werner, who had
Shot from
checked
Tess
in,
Triplett
and
comes
Ashley
through to the
Severson
keeper,
checking
Corey
in.
Krebsbach.
Ellie Westerman were making runs, but nobody could get on the other end of it. So perhaps a little bit of a momentum shift here for the Wildcats as they get a little bit of offensive pressure. Borean keeps that in, punches it for Triplett, but I think this is going to run into touch.
Wildcats would also like to thank the gold sponsors of both the girls and boys programs: Acme Tools, Carbone's Eagan, Coldwell Banker, Ronnie
Goal kick for the
Claremont,
Rebels.
Cornerstone Chiropractic, Eagan Football Booster, Escape With Us Vacations, Park Dental Eagan, Raising Canes, Salvo Soccer Club, Teresa's Mexican Restaurant, The Proper Culture, and The Urgency Room. Thank you to our gold sponsors for your continued support of both the girls and boys programs. Again, we would not be successful as we are without your support.
Great play there by Sammy Wood, forcing that throw. And she has been, as you see, Hendrickson with the throw now, but Wood doing a nice job. She had a tackle earlier that was really, really solid, helped create an opportunity, and there she takes on two offensive players and forces a throw. But the Cats have got to connect on something. They've got to dial up some offensive coordination or magic as this falls for Lee. Lee, the popular offensive choice. This time the Werner goes sliding in, but it gets away from her. And this one falls all the way back for Weissel. Is there some magic in the boots for either team? Is there an opportunity for either team to get the victory? Cats would love to stay in the top tier of girls high school soccer. Champlin Park would like to extend their unbeaten streak. Cats had the better half in the first half. Rebels certainly have had better play here in the second half. That looks like a trip, and the center referee agrees, so another foul against the Rebels. That's their ninth.
Foul
They've
on
been
the
whistled
Rebels.
9
It's a free
times
kick
for
for the
fouls.
Wildcats.
9 times?
9 times.
Evie Burke, number 6 on the kick.
Burke puts her foot to it, 60 yards away. It floats down towards the edge of the penalty area. It's knocked down, finds Westerman. Westerman sends that out for Wood. Wood goes to goal. It wasn't a bad shot. It was a good shot, and the
for
first
Sammy
one they've
Wood,
had
number
on
2.
goal
Save for
in
Corey
quite a few
Krebsbach.
minutes, Skip. I like that. I like Westerman playing it quickly to her teammate, and the teammate, in this case Wood, taking it quickly and hoping good things happen.
Yeah, I think if Wood takes a touch, she loses her angle. I think the defense would have been on her. She read that correctly. That was really her only choice if she wanted to put one on goal.
And handball violation there, I think, against Hendrickson. So
Foul on the
the
Wildcats.
Rebels
Free
will
kick,
have a free kick
Rebels.
just inside the midway stripe.
On the kick, number 17, Riley Seesumbath.
Seesaw Bath will take this one. She'll try to squeeze this one down towards the edge. It's played away quickly that time by the Wildcats. And Triplet's pass for Westerman just doesn't come off. And Westerman with a little extra body English there. And the Cats in this half have got 8 fouls.
Following the Wildcats, free kick upcoming for the Rebels. Substitutions, 1 for each team.
So that is one thing that we have noticed, Skip, is the Wildcats in the last couple of games, they had the same challenge against Shakopee. They really started racking up the fouls.
Yeah, they did, and I thought the aggressiveness against Shakopee was a positive overall for the match. I don't think that's quite the case here tonight. I think it's leading to unnecessary opportunities yielded for Champlin Park, and the Rebels, they're looking to take advantage.
Jillian Cameron is checked back in. Here's an opportunity as Sammy Wood is breaking her neck to get to the end of that ball. She does. What an effort by Sammy Wood. She feeds that forward for Triplet. Can Triplet get on the end of it? She's going to have an opportunity. She's going to get there before the end. Can she cut it back? She does momentarily, but her sister unable to get on the end around. Stella Triplet just not able to get to the end of that ball. It was a great effort by Tess Triplet, but it did not come off for the Wildcats.
Yeah, ideally she wants to play that negative, but she was going so fast towards the line. She really had no way of bringing that back. Her only chance was to try to put that on goal and somehow either, get one from an impossible angle or maybe get a deflection and a rebound. But, really a great play by Triplet and an opportunity here after this foul called again for the Wildcats.
Foul on Champlin Park.
So Evie Burke will go over and take this one. I like this. As much as Tess Triplet's free kicks can be dangerous, I like Burke here because it lets Triplet float around in the goal area for a rebound. So Evie Burke will stand over this one. She'll send it in. It comes floating. Krebsbach out for it. Krebsbach fumbles it. It's on the ground. There's all sorts of players on the ground. Somebody in green needs to get to it. But it's the Champlin Park Rebels that get the clearance. It comes back for Cameron. Cameron thought she maybe had a little more time than she did. Anyway, she's almost dispossessed, but it falls kindly that time for Wood. And now Westerman. Westerman takes one in the chops, but inadvertent, according to the center referee, and we play on. Oh, beautiful ball there by Enning, squeezing that through to her teammate. Cameron back for it. You hear her teammates exhorting her, telling her you've got time or you don't have time. Enning there with dealing with a shoulder challenge from Lee, who's been one of the better players for the Rebels today. Somebody in green is going to have to step up and make a play here, Skip, as Evie Burke gets pushed. I'm wondering where the foul is there.
Yeah, I have no idea. How do you swallow the whistle on that one?
Surely, and again, it wasn't like it was a vicious foul, but it looked like it certainly was from behind. Westerman dealing with the armbar there, gets it for Triplet. Triplet tries to feed that through the legs. It was a good idea for Triplet, but not exactly. Might not have been the highest percentage play in the world, only because putting a ball through the legs of an opponent is always going to be a challenge.
Yeah, she had some space to work behind the opponent. If she had gone either, further inside or played it, down to the corner, would have liked to have seen that to get deeper and a better penetration pass.
Here's an opportunity for the Rebels. Rebels to the outside. They serve it in. Opportunity as it's flicked on and sent in. It's sent in by Krebsbach. Ainsley Krebsbach scores for the Rebels. And the comeback is complete for the Rebels as they take the lead here in the second half. The Wildcat defense unable to cover Krebsbach. Good service. I could not see who that player was on the far side, but Krebsbach just flicked it in on the volley, and Weissel had no chance at that one. And it's 2-1 now to the Rebels, and now the Wildcats really have their work cut out for them.
Yeah, Krebsbach standing all by herself, about, 12, 13, 14 yards out, and just it's a perfect volley, well struck, which is not easy to do when you're lifting your leg so high and playing that out of the air, but she played it perfectly.
And now with the Wildcats chasing the game, there will be a little more kickball certainly from them as this ball goes into touch. Ball girls have to work hard as Stella Triplet puts this one in play for Tess Triplet. Tess Triplet trying to get on the end of that, and it will go into touch. And the Cats now chasing the game. And the Rebels will take all the time they can, and now we've got a stoppage.
Clock is stopped. Injury on the
As
field.
we have an injury for one of the Wildcats who is down behind the goal, and that is not a good sign, as it is Tess Triplett who is down behind the goal. And the referee signaling to the bench that there will need to be a change for Triplett.
Yeah, we've seen her go aggressively to try to keep those balls in where the defender is shielding her off as it's going into touch for a goal kick. And you really have to tip your hat on the aggressiveness and the unwillingness to to let it go. She's never giving up. Unfortunately, she's putting her body in harm's way each time, because she's almost always going to be taking a shoulder. She's trying to get around the girl and going down on the pitch, and it's definitely dangerous.
The Wildcats back in the game.
A bit confusing from the commentary's standpoint. Triplett wants to stay in the game. She clearly doesn't have a head injury. She's up off the turf. She doesn't have to leave yet. Trainer, for some reason, had come out all the way onto the pitch, in 3/4 of the way across the pitch. Yin will take her spot, but I imagine Triplett will be right back on as soon as she can get back to the middle spot. I mean, I don't see how you can have your leading goal scorer, which I believe she is for the Wildcats, off the pitch at this point.
Scoring for the Champlin Park Rebels, number 11, Ainsley Krebsbach.
Ainsley Krebsbach,
The
the
assist to number
77th
3,
minute
Kaylee Lade.
for
In the 77th
Kaylee Lade,
minute. Time of the goal, 76 minutes, 34 seconds.
with the assist in the 77th
Rebels
minute.
goal scored by Ainsley Krebsbach.
And the Wildcats, as
The
I said,
assist,
chasing
Kaylee
this
Lade.
game. They have
The time, 76-34.
They're dealing with it. They're playing against a team that has not yet lost this season in the regular season. And right now, the credit to the Champlin Park Rebels, they have found a way to climb back out of a 1-goal deficit and being second best in the first half. And now they are clearly the better team on the pitch. Weissel will come off and play this one quickly. Cats need to go quickly, and they need to get this ball into the attacking third. They can spend the next 2 minutes in the attacking third. They'll have a chance to create a scoring opportunity, but they've got to control the ball, and they've got to get down to that other end, Skip.
Yeah, they have to push it up. They have to make good passes. You can't just boom the ball down the pitch. You want to still have possession, but obviously the clock is no longer your ally.
A pass there intercepted quickly, that time by Krebsbach. Cameron and battling there against Collins. This gets sent forward. It's popped up high in the air that time. Cats have got to get control of this ball. And they draw a foul. Check it, they don't draw a foul. It's a foul against the Wildcats. I'm not sure, I have to admit, I don't know where that one came from. That's the 9th foul just in this half against the Wildcats.
I think that would have been a better no call. I didn't look like, at least from up here, she
Foul
took her out.
On the Wild, and now the referee stops the clock as that
Free
ball
kick, Rebels.
squirts away
Center referee
from
stopping the clock.
Seesaw Bath.
Play resumes.
This one comes down towards the Wildcats, but right now Wildcats have got to get possession of this ball, and Champlin Park looks like they're content. They're going to the corner. Somebody in green's got to get on the other end of this as Lee has it. And that's into touch. That's a throw for the Wildcats. That should be for the Wildcats, and it's not. At least I thought it was for the Wildcats. In any event, we have a goal kick now. Weissel will take it. One last charge up the pitch for the Wildcats. Somebody in green's got to get on the end of it. That one goes into touch, and the Wildcats will have one last gasp. A few seconds left, and the Rebels will keep playing this into touch. Comes forward for Werner. Gets sent into touch. It's not into touch. And the ball will get away from the Wildcats, Skip, as the game has gotten away from the Wildcats. The Wildcats were better in the first half. They were second best in the second half. And the Rebels come away with the 2-1 victory.
Yeah, you really got to hand it to the Rebels. They absolutely
could do
nothing in the first half offensively. I mean, there was zero opportunities. And then in the second half, they come out and they're producing pretty much from the word go. I mean, they completely changed how this game ended up, and
Congratulations
really
again
the
to
whole
the
nature of the game. It was like
Wildcat
literally 2 different games we
girls
watched in these
soccer
halves, and
seniors.
unfortunately,
9 players
you know,
under
the Wildcats
student
only
manager.
scored 1 in the half
Members
that
of
they
Eagan High
dominated,
School
whereas
class of
Champlin Park was able to get 2, and
2026.
they earned the win here tonight.
I'd like to
Absolutely.
thank you for attending.
Unfortunate for the Wildcats as they fall to the Champlin Park Rebels for a score of 2-1. That being said, Champlin Park now undefeated still on the season with a record of 8-0-2. I have to say, if you're going to lose to an undefeated team, Skip Newton. I mean, that certainly demonstrates the Wildcats can compete with any team that they've played so far this season. I think that's probably where they need to be. And you get the sense that maybe if the Wildcats look at the film and they make a few adjustments and they work, a little bit on a few different things in practice, they can clean up some of those things that cost them there in that second half.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll be talking about it after this match as well. Just what happened and why did things change and go pear-shaped forward. But if you're gonna get a loss, you do it now, right? Because we're running out of opportunities where you can take loss. So hopefully they can rebound from this and finish their last 3 matches strong.
Well, a bit of a sour note, way to end senior night for these Wildcats seniors. They still have another home game next week against Eastview, which will be here on ETV. So they'll look to rebound again Thursday against Farmington. The Champlin Park Rebels take on Anoka this Thursday at Anoka in the Halloween capital of the world. So Anoka claims. And so, for my broadcast partner, Skip Newton, my name is Nathan Cron. Thank you for joining us with our award-winning broadcast and sound light show for ETV crew. Thank you very much for joining us. This is a bit of a disappointment for the Wildcats. Fair play to the Champlin Park Rebels, but the girls fall tonight to Champlin Park by a score of 2-1. Don't go anywhere, folks. We are going to have the boys' varsity game coming up in about 15 minutes here on ETV, but we'll step aside. This is ETV Sports.